The next club attack that we're going to defend against is the backhand club attack. This can happen two ways, but this being your first degree, for a first degree black belt, this is your more basic now. And you start getting into higher ranks in it, basically you'll have sparring against a club. Basically you'll have a club like this, which has rubber on it. It doesn't hurt that much. For training, and you'd start swinging like this, and then the guy would be coming back, and then you would have to come in and do it. Right now we're just starting with a basic standard backhand club attack, and you'll build up from there. Okay. And lock. Always regain the club. I still have a lock on his arm. Okay, slowly. Now the first thing that I want to do is I want to step in and I want to smother him. These are 2 strikes into the arm. Okay? Then I come down, I grab this arm, and it comes back, and I go into him, making him go off balance to a certain degree. And I pull him down to where his elbow is into my chest. Then I spin this leg around, stick my hip out, throw, lock, reach. If I can move my hand here, try to hold on to it, hold on to the club. I shouldn't be like this because I'm off balance. Basically, you pull it here and you slide down and grab the club out this way. That's how you would just pull it out. Okay, slowly again. We're stepping in, slam. This is another thing. Yeah, what I want you to do, swing pretty hard and let go of the club. I mean, if you have to or don't have to. And this is basically what I'm trying to get at. When you do these type of techniques, there's a very good, especially in a combat situation, that you're going to hit that arm and the club will come flying out. We're just going to do it about half speed and let go of it, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So you want to be in here so that it don't come and hit you when it comes out, basically is what we're trying to get at. Okay? Slowly. We're in here, we hook, we push into him. Spin around, hip, throw, lock up, and take the club away. Stepping in with right foot, head in, down, push into him, pull into you, spin around, hip, throw, the club moves, get him away from the club, or knife or gun. You never ever get him in arm's reach. He tries to get into it, you pull him away. It's good training all the time to do that. Pushing in, he's off balance now. Pull him in tight. Spin, throw, lock, turn underneath, grab, take the club away. There you go. Okay, this way. Open right foot, double hand block, head down in, close, grab, shoot in, push towards him. Turn, throw, reach underneath, grab the club after you pull it out. You have a gooseneck against your leg. I'm using my leg as a base. Another thing, since this is rubber club, I'm going to show you some other things that's capable with this. When you go here and you go like this, you can bam, smack the club into the attacker as you spin around. Remember? Pulling away from the club. Okay? He's trying to hit you with it. I guess it's fair for you to hit him with it. Okay? Okay? Last time. Right in here. Hit. Spin. Hip out. Throw. Putting your knee on. That way, I mean, if you're trying to put, if I don't have that knee down, I can just pick him up. Now, you have the pain, because I haven't pinned to the ground. Okay, the next technique that we're going to cover, or defense against, is overhead club attack. With a club, this is one of your more common type of attacks. You're trying to bust your head with a club. Okay? Always take the weapon away from the attacker when you do it. Got an arm bar with a finger lock right here, right across your leg. As you go out. Okay, slowly. The object of it is I'm stepping, making myself smaller, and I'm blocking the arm right into this one. There again. From here to there. I'm just moving the club away from my head, and this arm comes up underneath. Okay? As soon as I do that, here, this hand comes down, this hand pulls in, and I step around at the same time. Throw. Step forward. Lock. Okay? And slowly. Time this way, slowly. Now the footwork, I have to be stepping close to his forward leg for a good shoulder throw. This one comes up. As you spin, you hug it in. Throw, step forward, lock. You can have this lock, or you can have this lock. It's according to which way he turns his hand to remove the club. And of course, you have the club to hit him with if you want. Okay, let's go this way. Now, it's just going out through my center. This is all I'm doing. That's my first movement. After you get that far, here, bend over, step forward, lock down on the wrist, pull the club out. Can't hold on to it once you have the wrist locked, one way or the other. Another thing you'll notice when I do the throw, the right shoulder goes lower than the left. It's not like this, it's like this. Okay, once this way, a couple times. You should have been able to see it. I just guided it into my arm and out of my way. If for some reason I hit his arm hard, which I want to do in combat, and he lets go of the club, it's not going to hit me either at that time. It would just go straight down. It would hit me in the head. Okay? Now, I want to get into the throw just a little better here. As I spin around and I hook it in, watch his feet. This is how you do the throw. I bend over, it raises him off the ground. Then my right shoulder starts going to the ground. The throw happens, I step forward, lock the wrist. Okay? Right foot does not move. I just move to the left. That rolls him over on his side. I have my wrist lock. One more time this way. That way I got it this time I got it this way. Don't matter which way. Press down, you'll remove the club away from the attacker. He'll be more than happy to let go of it. Not to mention that the shock you just caused him from hitting the ground from the throw itself. Okay. Well, for volume 3, this tape we deal nothing but with weapons. First thing that we're going to do is we're going to go over a series of club defense techniques that you need to know. We'll be doing them in more than one angle. The first one basically is a throw. He's trying to jab you in the stomach with the club. Okay? And what we're doing there What we want to do slowly, you take a step out and you grab the end of the club and you put your hand on top of his wrist. You turn the club back into him, spin around, and have a wrist lock on the club. He either has a choice of either throwing himself or his wrist breaks. And slowly, stepping out, grab on top of the hand, turn, push, spin, throw. You still should have the hand trapped on the wrist. Now making sure all you do is a little step and turn. Don't make a big thing out of it. Step and turn. Just practice doing this. Have him go fast. Okay? All you're doing is making yourself smaller. Okay? Trap the hand, spin around, throw. Let's go this way. That's all we're doing. You're just grabbing onto the weapon right here. This hand goes on top. Turn, step back, have the wrist trapped, you have a wrist lock. Just like that. Okay, stepping out, got the hand right up against your body. That's what you want. Comes up, turn and drop. Okay. All you need right there. Go from this direction. That's all you're doing. Okay. Back just a little bit. Here, here. Turn, lock. Okay? Okay, the next attack and defense that we're going to do is against a side club attack. Okay? Making sure you always take the club out. If you're going to take the club out, it comes from this direction. You can't hold on to it. You have an arm bar with the club that you can use. Break the arm if you wish. You can dig it down into the ground, use it for an arm bar. A lot of different things to do. Right now, I just basically want you to work on the throw itself. Now we're going to go slow with it. Basically, you're blending in with him. He's coming in a circular motion very slowly. So I'm going to start going in a circular motion too, just like that. That's my movement. Only thing it is, I'm chopping the arm here, slapping the back of the neck. I'm like clawing, slap with the palm strike, claw into the back of the neck. Okay? Next part, when you do it, you want to pull him in. Just to here, not too much. You don't want him too far out, then you're having to drag him into your center. You have to pull him in to where your elbow touches your body. So it's here. Now all I'm doing is using my hip power. So I step, throw, he goes, I take it all the way down to the ground. Okay? Up underneath, wrap. Okay? Slowly. That's what I'm doing. That's the footwork. I step forward and around. Again. Pull him. If you pull him this way, hit down on the arm. Okay? This way. Watch the footwork this way. He can't hit me even if he wanted to, even if I didn't want to do anything. Okay? And all I'm doing is just turning around, doing my Aiki turn. Okay? Use your hip power. All right, throw. Okay. I'm going down with him. I'm not up here trying to do the throw. I'm down here, reach underneath, hit and pin. You got a wrist lock right here, if necessary. Using your leg to back it up, so I don't have to use my strength. If you notice, every time that I try to do something, I try to use my body weight as much as possible. See how badly off balance he was? I did it very slowly. Basically, we're using one of the principles called the void. He's trying to hit me, I'm right here, and all of a sudden there's an empty spot, and he goes down into it. That's basically all there is to it. Okay? There's your throw, underneath, grab, lock. Okay? Last time, footwork. That's all I'm doing. All the way down, underneath, pull, block. Okay? Okay, the next technique we're going to go over is called windstorm in our style. It's called irimi nage, or entering throw in American, irimi nage in Japanese. And we're going to do it against the overhead strike. And what this is basically doing, in old days it was meant for against the sword knife attack. We use it only for a club, overhead club attack. And after I demonstrate this, what I want to do is I want to give you a couple of the combat applications to this. You have to train it this way, but the combat application is just a little bit differently. I'll have to do it very slowly because there's no way that you can train this at full speed. Okay? Okay, now what we're doing, slowly. As he comes in, we do what we call an upward camming block as you take a step forward with the rear leg. And this hand turns with your hip and you grab palm the side of the guy's head. This hand goes down here, you have like an arm bar against your body. This hand's coming towards you, this one here is like this, and you just turn your hips, getting the guy to turn around. You have him off balance here. Okay, from here, the hand down here will come up and hit up underneath the chin and then point down. Once it is pointed down, you have him off balance. You're going to take a diagonal step and drop your body weight. Slowly. Cam it up. See what it's doing to him? He's making him lose his balance right there. Turn down, palm the head, spin him around, hit, down. Step forward and down. Let's go this way with it. They call this technique the 20-degree technique. As you can see why it takes that long to master. There's a lot of movement in it. It's a good technique to play with and practice with. Okay, now we're going to go over the combat application to this. What you're wanting to try to do, you have a couple things that you can do with this. If you only have one attacker, you can literally destroy the attacker with this technique. Once you come around here, you go to here, you wrap up, this hand grabs, you take a step forward, and you drop the attacker across your knee, breaking his spine. You can imagine the force of that technique is done in combat speed. What kind of force you'd be doing to this guy. Here, to here. Grab and down. Okay, that's one. Now for multiple attackers, here's a variation of this technique. Once you grab here, you have this choke and throw. You want to throw the guy, breaking his neck, choking him out, and as well as throwing him. There's not very many people on the face of the earth can take that throw. Okay? One more time. Okay? Okay, the next technique, eagle. And we're going to be doing it against a gun to the body front. In the front. Very basic, but right off in Aiki Combat, we want to get you used to defending against weapon attacks. Okay, come here. There. Okay, this is basically what it is. Okay. Several different things is going to happen in here. I'm going to do it in combat speed once and then break it down and explain it to you. First is you do not want to panic and jerk. Try to go real fast with this. You will then probably screw up and get shot. You just smoothly, he cannot react as fast as you can. He cannot pull the trigger fast enough. He sees you move, it's got to go to his mind. His mind's got to go back down to his finger, tell him to pull the trigger, and 99 times out of 100, the guy's got a gun on you. He doesn't want to shoot you. He just wants to humiliate you, rob you, whatever the case he's want to do. He does not really want to shoot you. If he wants to shoot you, he would already have done that. Okay? So you just turn your body, pointing the gun down, and with your hand, with your finger here, you come over and you rest this hand right on top of it, making the gun point back at the attacker. The same thing goes with eagle, inside wrist. One of the first techniques that we taught you, all the principles remain the same in that. The bone should be on the outside of the index finger. Resting here, you're going to take a step out with the left leg. Thumb should be below, in between the last two joints, right above the main knuckle line. Against your center. Take a step out. Your center. As soon as he drops, you grab the gun. You grab the gun at the hammer and around the trigger part. Then you're going to turn where the gun's pointing face down, and we're going to do what we call milking him again. We're going to push down and make him roll over, take the gun out. And we always take the weapon out of the guy's hand and put it to a part of that person, which will make this person settle down a lot faster. Okay, let's go this way. This is the turn. Okay. And comes to here. Take your step out with the left leg. Start your center and get control of the gun. Milk the guy over. Gun out and put it apart on his body, whether it's his neck, head, back, whatever the case may be. Okay. I'm taking my hand back too. Control both hands. Arms should be straight up in the air, as straight as possible. The straighter up it is, the better control you have of him and the more pain that you put on him. Okay, the next technique is a variation of eagle. It's going to be against a knife. It's done exactly the same way as the gun. Only difference is that we're going to have a little drill that you can do with this technique. First I'm going to do it and then try to go through it, then we'll get to the drill part of it. But it's just like it. You turn here, step out, grab control, milk the guy over, take the knife out, and put to his throat. Okay? All the parts is stay in step. You just turn your body. You're making your body smaller. Okay? This hand comes up and it goes here. One variation that you can do is cut the guy's throat before you take him down, just by doing that right there. Okay? You take a step out with the left hand or left foot, drop, and do a horse stance, dropping your body weight on the wrist. Milk him over. Drop your right knee down. Take the knife out, to part of the body. Okay? Now the drill I was talking about. What you want is the guy, as soon as he sees you move, or anticipates you move, I want him to try to stab me. Okay? It doesn't matter how fast he goes, how hard he thinks, even though he knows I'm going to move, he can't react fast enough. So what I'm saying is, in the street, a guy, they're usually not wanting to stab or shoot you. They want to rob you or whatever. So that gives you even an extra amount of time to do this. So you don't have to go like this and jerk to do this technique. See how slow and turn? Fast as you can. Okay? I'm slowing, just naturally turning. He cannot stab me fast enough. Okay? Nice little drill for you to practice. And once you get that down, then you just go to the rest of the technique. Try to get it smooth. Don't try too hard. The harder you try, that just tells your opponent to try harder, and then you're in for a fight. So you don't want that to happen, so just relax and let the thing flow. All you're doing is just chasing him with these locks. So basically what a guy's going to do normally is, once you get through this and down, he's going to try to roll over to get away from the pain, and you're just going to chase him. You're just going to meet him there. With this lock here, with the knife to his body, he'll calm down real quick, okay? Okay, the next technique we're going to do is flying eagle again, but we're going to do it against a gun. And I'm also going to go over the flying eagle or kotegaeshi in a little greater detail to make sure that you understand it. A lot of people doesn't do kotegaeshi in this fashion, so I want to try to really make you understand this, because it's very, very different from your traditional wrist out turns. You can see I've got him already there before he even thinks about wanting to go, and you get people with even loose wrists or mad or wet or bloody or sweaty or any of the above. Your modernized kotegaeshi just is not going to work. Okay? Making sure your gun's always pointed at him, and then gun pointed to him, just as usual. All weapons, we either put it to a part of his body. Okay? Now let's get into this a little greater, okay? One of the big things that people will want to try to do first is this, right in here. They'll have the arms straight, then they will step in and the arms will give. Then they will try to push down with their arm strength. That's number one no-no. After you turn, it's just like a knife. Your arms are straight, it just goes, and they stay straight. Okay, now my hips is not into it yet. Now my hips would be into it. Okay? So here, straight, gun pointing at the attacker. You step in, and you just run your hips and drop your body weight down on the wrist, just slightly. That will get him to go. Okay? The number two big thing a lot of people want to do with this flying eagle is they still want to screw around the wrist. Okay? So they'll go like here, and then they'll get here, and then they'll just start cranking on it, and they've lost all the principles that is needed. One is the forearm needs to be parallel with the ground. The wrist is only there to keep him skeletally locked. That is it. You're not twisting on the wrist too much. Okay? With here, you do not want to do this. Because as you can see, I'm not getting him anywhere. I'm twisting the tar out of him, and he's not going anywhere. Using your body weight. And it's the same thing. I go here, I am balancing just a little bit. He wants to pull back. I let him, it goes in. And and my hips go into his forearm and down to his triangulation point, or his unbalancing point. Okay? Just enough pressure to keep him skeletally locked, keep him busy. He has to be unbalanced. Okay? The thumbs crossed, just like on a knife. Gun pointing to the head, arms straight. You push the elbow straight back, just like this. Okay? Pressure. And throw. Right as soon as the arm gets level or parallel is when he should be flying. That's what we call it, flying eagle. Okay? You don't want it before, right before, after. It's right as soon as he gets that arm parallel to the ground. Should be flying. Just a little bit. This way, straight in front of me there. Right as soon as it's even, that's when he needs his hurl. He needs to be going. Make sure you got the timing that you got to have with this. Is the elbow goes pushing the elbow straight back. Keeping all you're doing is keeping the flex out of the wrist there. Then it turns. And it turns. See how you got him? You got him in a bad way. And all you have to do is just go into it. You can do it with any part of your body, as you see there. Okay? So it's straight back. Straight back with the arm. It turns. This would be my hips. And down and into his triangulation point with your hip. Okay? Last time. It's a lot faster, it's a lot smoother, and one of the things that you've got to realize in a self-defense situation, you're not going to be able to do a lot of movements. You're not going to be able to go around like this here and do all these fancy throws, because in a self-defense situation, people just don't rob you out in the middle of nowhere with nothing around. They either come in your house, you have furniture, things of that nature, you're not going to be able to move. So you got to use the same principles, but shorten them up for combat. Okay? So I'm standing right here. I'm not moving anywhere. Okay? So you might be in a car lot. There's cars around. You're not going to be able to move around. Okay? So it's very, very important. Okay, the next technique that we're going to work for you is called Flying Eagle, and we're going to, it's a kodagosh, and we're going to do it to a knife to the body in the front. Okay, basically what you're doing is you're learning to defend techniques against muggers and things from this area. Somebody might come up, put a knife to you, want your money, or any such thing like that there. So, but this is where you really learn to do these are the start of the major throws in Aiki Combat. Okay, we're going to do the first one combat for you, and then work on it after that. Okay? Now what you want to do is relax and don't jerk too much. All you need to relax, because he cannot stab you fast enough if he sees you to move. Okay? You turn, this hand goes back so you don't get it cut. Then you draw your elbow back, and then your thumbs cross, just like this. And when you do that, you want to take it right into his armpit. It's like you're going to cut his own throat with a knife, his own knife, but your arms need to be straight. And then you step in, which is see what it's already doing to him. And then his forearm rests on your hip, and then you do your hip turn, which is the throw, okay? And you milk him over and put the knife to the neck. Okay? Kodagosh is really meant, Koda means really forearm. The wrist is secondary. It's just like a backup. You really shouldn't be screwing with the wrist too much. There's too many people out there that you just try to twist on the wrist, it's not going to work. Your back should be straight, body weight. Get in your horse stance and give you a little body drop. hip going into the forearm. But you have to get them skeletally locked right there. Right? Hi-ya! So this is a little drill, another little drill. I mean, it's the same thing that was in level 1. But anytime you do this, when you're practicing this, after you get warmed up, you always want your uke to try to stick you with a knife. Okay? That's all you need. You don't pull on the hand. You don't want to do this, because then he's into you and knocking you down. So basically what you're doing is you're working on his balance right here. First his balance is trying to stick you, and then the next thing the guy is going to try to do is regain his balance, pulling it back, and all you're going to do is just follow it in. Right into the throat. That's basically what it is you're doing. His balance is going forward, trying to stick you, and then he tries to pull his balance back, so I just go with it. You don't want to fight against him, so he's going forward to try to stick you, and then he's trying to grab back to get his balance to try to get you again, and you're just following him right on in there, okay? So it's here, it's back, in, throw, and down. Okay? Let's do it from this one. Okay? What you want to do, you're making yourself smaller. See? Then the hand comes and crosses the thumb. It goes to him. Step in, take a left step over, push him down on the wrist, which will melt him over, drop your right knee on his shoulder, take the heel and knife out of his hand and put it to his neck, or any part of his body will do. It will settle him down. Okay? Let's do it from this direction. Okay, now we get into the gun defense section of the video. The first technique that we're going to do is a gun point in the front with both hands to the head. Okay. Let's cover it a little slower. Basically, my uke cannot say hands up without laughing, so we're not having that. That's one of the reasons that you see he's laughing now. So basically, I'm just putting my hands up here. I lean my head back as I grab his hand and the barrel, knocking it that way. Okay, and as soon as I knock it that way, I pull straight down on the hand. You can see right here, you have a finger lock on him. That's what's causing all the pain right there. You do it fast enough, you can tear the finger right off the hand. Okay? So it's here, knocking it that way and up, just in case you have somebody around you. Straight down and lock. Take the gun away from the attacker. Slap, just like that. You want to grab right on the hammer of the gun. You're grabbing that hand and straight down in an angle, not straight like this, but in an angle here. But when the finger locks, you have a finger lock on him. He either has a choice of going down or his finger being ripped off or broke. Point it to the attacker, slide the gun out, and cover him. A couple times this way. Making sure that you do this. You lean back too, just in case. So it's out that way. Straight down, cover, and back. Last time. Okay, the next gun defense technique, we're going to have the gun pointing to our body in the front. Okay? What we're doing there is we're turning our body to make it small. Same time we're grabbing the hand and pushing it out and pointing the gun down, grabbing on top of the hand, step into where we're even with him, raise up, get down with both hands, pulling the gun away. Okay? Probably be a little better from this angle. We'll do the rest of them from this side. Okay? So it's here, here. So you got to be way in here. You can't be out here and do it. You got to be right here. Lift it up, yank down, step back for fire. Okay? Same thing. Your hand goes right around where the hammer is. Now you always want to try to point the gun either up or down for people standing around. You might have your family with you. You don't want to get anybody else shot if the gun accidentally goes off. This right here will pretty much get you safe. If you go like this, he shoots, he might shoot somebody behind you. Okay, so it's more of a downward action, grab, lock, yank, step back, ready for fire. Okay? And always when you want to try to get your hand in between the gun and the attacker, that if he tries to get it back from you, he's got to go through this hand to get to this gun. Okay? It's here, 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 and back. Remembering this part right here, you do not want to be too far out this way. It's not good. You got to be way, way, way in here with the gun pointing back to him, raised up, rip it straight out with both hands, step back for fire. Okay, now we're going to show you this way once. Just a turn. They would miss with a gun, at the most graze me. But with me doing that, it's even better. Okay? It's not a real tight grab, real fast, hard grab, because then he'll basically freak out and you might have a fire on your hands if he's quick. Just out here, lock out, step back and fire. Okay? Okay, the fourth gun technique, now we're getting into rear gun techniques. And I'm going to explain this to you once we get to the fifth one, not on the fourth one, but the fifth one, but the reason why we have the two. Okay, the first one, we're going to be doing rear to the body, and the gun will be in his right hand. I'll do this in several different angles for you to see. This way just a little bit. A little slower. One, I'm stepping back and into, hitting the arm, knocking the gun away. This hand's coming over and I trap the gun. Then I take the gun to the attacker, spin around, and then the gun is always pointing to the attacker. I roll him over on his belly, put the gun out forcefully to his back, or any part of his body as far as that's concerned. That's the most convenient spot in this technique. Okay, one more time this way. Stepping back. Now as I'm doing this, this hand has to be coming up because it's got a trap, because all he's got to do is raise the gun up, hit me, so I'm trapping the gun like almost in a scissor action. It grabs, this hand comes down, grabs the fist, and I go back to the attacker, spin around and down. The gun is constantly pointing at the attacker. All I have to do is turn it, out and down. So this way a couple times. If that gun goes off, he just shoots himself. That is one of the main principles of the gun. Always have the gun to where it's going to shoot the attacker and not somebody else. Remember this hand. It goes up to here, so if he tries to come over, you have this block. This hand goes down here. Now the way it traps, comes up to the attacker, down. Pointing right at the attacker now. If he wants to shoot, he can go ahead and shoot. You just roll it over, constantly pointing at him to there, and forcefully drive it into him. That will settle him down real fast. He will not try to fight with you anymore. One more time this way. Okay. Let's go this way a couple times so you can see how the gun will miss. Okay, here. That's where it's missing. I'm trying to point it down to the ground as much as I can and away. I grab, back, spin, and drop straight down. Gun pointing at the attacker, in and down. Okay, last time. Okay. Gun defense technique is he's pointing the gun, he's at your side, and he pulls a gun to you. Okay? Just in this fashion. Anytime a gun is pulled on you, don't freak out. The faster you try to move, the more you might try. You just try to relax as you do your technique. Okay. Now you don't want to hit it too hard. Hit the gun too hard, you might discharge the gun, like I said, injuring innocent people around you. So you step in slightly, grabbing the back of the elbow. You have the arm pinned. This arm slides up underneath. You hook and turn. Take the gun out, put it in the end. Here, stepping in, making sure you get that distance in. You just want to be inside the gun. Okay? The gun is behind me. If I'm out here, all he might have to do is just point the gun like that and shoot me anyways. Okay? So make sure you step in, grab the arm, then this arm rotates, shuts into the elbow, lock, take the gun away and point it to the attacker to settle him down. Okay, let's go this side. Stepping in, hit, lock. This arm right here, this is what it's doing. Hooking back the arm, it rotates underneath, just like this. Fits into the elbow, spin, take down, take the gun away, point to the attack. Stepping in, making sure the gun is past you, hand goes under, pull, rotates under, hits into the elbow, rear leg spins, take down, take the gun, point it to the attacker. Last time. That is the most important and hardest part of the technique, is that right there. And make sure that when you come here, this arm goes up and you drive straight down into the ground. What causes your pain? Always put the gun to the attacker very violently to settle him down until somebody gets the police there. Okay? Okay, the knife is overhead knife attack or cycle knife attack. This one, Not very common attack, especially it's not common at all with the skilled knife fighters, but you need to learn this just in case. You never know. Okay? Okay, first thing that you want to do is you step forward with your left foot slowly, and I'm double parrying the knife. I'm grabbing on top of the wrist, and I'm slamming the knife into the leg. Then I want to spin my foot all the way around as I'm almost behind him as I break the arm over the shoulder. Then I take it over here, stretch it out, bend over. My throw, lock. Always just take your time with the knife. You're never in a hurry. You have him. He don't have you. You've done stabbed him in the leg or cut him in the leg. You've at least hyperextended his arm before you throw him to the concrete. You have to remember all that. Okay, slowly. Right, go and want to direct it right into the leg. Okay, spin around, break, lock, and I got the arm turned this way. So I want the pain in. Bend over. My throw, hit the arm, wrist, take out, put to the body. Okay. I'm not going to throw him again for a while. I'm just going to go through the movement. Stepping out. I'm going this way, pushing down on the bicep here, wrist here, into the leg. Spinning all the way around to here. I break the arm. Take it over the shoulder. And for the throw, just like the shoulder throw for the overhead club attack, you just bend over to where his feet comes off the ground. If you get his feet off the ground, you have him. All you have to do is just keep going and pulling on the arm. Okay? The difference between this shoulder throw and most shoulder throws is the reversals are a lot harder to do. Not to mention you stabbed in the leg, not to mention your arm's already hyperextended if he's gotten this far. But you can't drop your center. If he tries to drop his center, he'll break his own arm again or hurt it worse. Okay? Until you feel comfortable with this throw or any high throws that we've done. All you have to do is go to that point. If you can get to that point, you have the throw. After you get that far, he can't do anything with it. This way. Step on the left leg, ram it in. Spin around, break, over, lift up. Just a little bit. Okay, now on this point right here, this is what a thing a lot of people want to try to do with it. They want to go way out here like this. That's not how it works. He's trying to stab you in the face or chest. He's not trying to stab you in the shoulder. So you don't need to take your hands that far. That's what a lot of people do. They'll react with it. They go here, and basically all they do is guide the knife right down into them in the first place. Don't freak out. Basically, it's like 2 rising blocks right up to your center, and move. So it's here, move. You move it straight down into the leg. Don't be swinging your arms like this. That's what a lot of people want to try to do when they first learn this technique. Go this way just a little bit. So it's here, straight up. I've got it guided away. Then I'll move it down in. Okay? Break, slide over, bend over. Okay, since we are at this point, I'm going to give you another example as far as strikes go. You've already stabbed him in the leg, but anytime you see a strike that's unpassable, you shouldn't pass it up. And right here is this one. Some of you might have seen it already. But once you go here, look where his head is. Bam! Smack your head into him, headbutt. Okay? Anything to help your technique. He's trying to kill you. He's got a knife in his hand. So everything that you do to him warrants it. Breaking his arm, stabbing him in the leg, headbutting him, opening his eyes, throwing him, breaking his back maybe with a throw. Okay? Last time. To here, to here, to here. The arm bar, basically all you do is let go of the right arm, hit the elbow, and pull with the left arm. Put your knee into his shoulder. Just take your time getting the knife away. You have him. He don't have you, so you don't have to be in a hurry to get the knife out. Okay, the next technique or defense against is the side slash knife attack. This is also a very common knife attack. Basically, they'll do that to keep you at bay and cut you while they're doing it. Like I said before, this is still more the basic type, but now we're getting into the more heavy-duty techniques. Okay? Just keep turning until he lets go of the knife. Now you'll see the arm lock and stuff that I have when I go in the other direction. But right now, we'll go slow a few times to get this in and how you get into the arm lock. Number one, wham, you cut down on the arm and wrap it up at the same time you're hitting on the face. And pull it right behind the neck, right around the ear area here, okay? Then you push forward slightly and spin, pulling down with the arm and the neck. Then this foot has to go over, because if not, if I go like this, all he's going to do is spin around. Well, if he's a good wrestler or knows any type of grappling, he's going to get away from it. So this stops that. Now he can't spin around. I have it. Okay? That's why that leg's going over. Again, slowly. Step forward. Chop down on the arm. It hits my body, and I lift up on it. I have a lock on him now. Push forward. All I'm doing is shifting my weight more forward. That's all I'm doing with this. I spin, I drop. I step over. Press the face away from me. That's another thing I'll show you on the other side. One more time this way. The footwork is just like before. Okay? All it needs is this part right here, my hip. I'm just not stiffening my arms up right now. I'm just showing you what does it. Hip, not strength. This way. Slowly. Step in, hand in here, chop down on the arm. It hits my body and I raise up on it. I have this lock. Got him by the neck and ear area. I spin. Hip. This is the lock that I have right here. This is just the basic. This is not how it goes. I'm just showing you a piece at a time. You got the arm in like an upside down backwards L, you might say, and this is the way that you would be going. Okay? Now the next part of it. Spin here. Drop. You got to go over the body, just like this. You have to get that leg over so that when you start putting pressure, you have him now. You can't do anything. Then you want that face looking the other way. If he's looking at you, he can fight more. When he's not looking at you, looking away, he has no energy. You press down and turn until he drops the knife. Or the arm breaks, whichever one comes first. Okay? It's very, very imperative that you get that leg over. Not only for blocking him from moving around trying to escape, but for more torquing power. Just so. Spin around, drop, get that face that way. Okay? Turn. He drops down. And you notice also, my whole body's turning, not my arms. When you see me turning, my whole body's moving. I don't want to use very much strength. Okay? Last time. Okay? Okay, the first technique that we're going over, now we're getting into the series of knives, is straight thrust knife attack. wrist just like that. That's what bends him over. Always put the blade to the person to settle him down. Notice I have it, have my leg up against it. All I have to do is bend my leg and arm at the same time to get bang. Okay, slowly. This is what I'm doing. That's my first move. Okay, fast. Okay. Just turn just a little bit. You gotta make sure that elbow passes the body. Go very slowly, very, very slowly. Stop. Go back and go slow. Right about, keep going, right there. Right in there is about the time you want to try to move all the time. That is perfect. If he's there, he cannot change the trajectory of the knife. What I mean by that, he can't change his mind and come like this, slice down the throat, or come up, or whatever. He can't change the direction. So you have the trajectory down if you can wait that long. Okay, slowly. Okay, right there. This is what you're doing. You're grabbing the arm in here. This arm hits into this. You spin this arm down. Okay? You just pinning the arm into here. This arm comes up right into the radial nerve with just a little strike. Turn. That's the throw itself. Now with the lock, when you slide down, you want to make sure that you hook with these two fingers and the thumb. That gives you a good tight grip. You start gripping with this finger, start gripping with that one. It's not easy. It's especially when a guy's sweaty like he is right now, it's harder to grip, and you want to hook right down at the joint. Still at the wrist. All you do is turn it, walk him over, take the knife out, put it down to the attacker. Okay, this way. Slowly. Turn, trap, hit, drop. Get the grip, turn, step forward, knife down. Plug it in. Now, what we're doing, let me explain this to you. All the things that we've done against weapons, before we go any farther, you can put your own type strikes in at any time. I have my favorites later on in higher volumes in the system. I'll show you some more and more, but these throws are so advanced and difficult to learn the principles, I'm not really putting too much in to make it too hard for you. But if you look at this right here, this is a perfect spot for the elbow right into the face first to knock him senseless. Don't take much. Wham, right into the face. Then all you have to do is drop the arm down as you spin it. Still have the arm, lock, forward, and put the knife to the neck. You always want to try to hit, loosen them up. That makes them throws work a lot easier. But there's so much movement and principles involved with the techniques, you need to learn them first before you put any strikes in. Now this is basically just like before, we're messing with the void here. I'm filling the void that he's wanting to stab right now. When he comes in, it's not there no more. That's going to make him, see, he's really want to stab me with a knife. Okay? Nobody really just picks at you with a knife. When they think they got you, they're going to try to stick you to the hilt. Okay? What's here? Lock. Turn. Step forward. Locking the arm out. Take the knife away. Always put the knife to the attacker. Now we'll settle him down. Last time. Lock. Over my elbow strike if I need it. All you need to do is drop the arm down, spin, drop. Okay. Step forward. Got the wrist action, and put the knife to the head. Okay, this next series of techniques is with weapons, the knife in particular. This technique here is called Scorpion, Sakyo, wrist crank. We're doing it over against the overhead knife attack. Okay, and what we're doing there, We're stepping in at an angle, camming the arm up and away from us, putting him off balance. The knife wants to go by his body, then you step through and behind him. You turn, you take a step back. That's when you peel the knife out of him. Slide forward and turn, keeping a hold of the wrist. Take a step back with the right leg, drop your knee on the back of his neck, bend his arm into a hammerlock position with a wrist lock, and put the knife to his back. When the knife is to the person, he will settle down. Slowly. Stepping in, cam, down, into the arm. And this is what you want to feel like. You want to get him on his toes, push, turn, step back, drop your right knee on his neck, bend the arm, pulling it towards your center, and put the knife to his body. Okay? Calm him down. It'll calm him down a lot quicker. You can also redirect it right into the leg. That's what the wrist lock looks like. You don't want to have any fingers on the wrist. Okay? You're just pulling it straight to your center for pain. More time.